Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Recruiter's Digest. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how to leverage text messaging in your recruiting efforts. So let's first talk about why you'd want to leverage text messaging for following up with applicants as they're applying for your open positions. Well, you look at the data out there and the way people interact and communicate is a lot different than it was 10, 15 years ago. Data around how people interact with phone calls is 87% of people that don't recognize an incoming caller, they're no longer answering their phone. So if you're trying to call a candidate after they apply, they don't recognize your number, most likely 87% of the time, they're not gonna answer your phone call. And then data around emailing, 80% of emails are never open. So again, if you're following up mainly via email, most times they're probably not even seeing and opening your emails. Text messaging, however, the average open rate of text messages is 90% with a 45% reply rate. So people are just a lot more engaged when you're engaging with them via text message versus phone calls and emails. So that's some data there of why this is important. Let's talk about how you could implement this then into your recruiting process. So you have a couple options here. Number one is you could rely simply on manual text messages where, hey, as soon as that's just maybe your first method of follow-up is writing a text message and sending that out. You could completely automate this process. There's tools for automated follow-up. As soon as people are applying for positions, you could set up a workflow that automatically connects with these people via text message. And then the third could be a hybrid approach of those two, of manual and automation. And that's really what we recommend. That's what we've seen perform the best with our customers here at BoostPoint, is this hybrid approach of connecting with your candidates via text messaging. So an example of what this flow could look like and setting up a process around this is you could, as people are applying for a position, you could have an automated text message going out immediately after someone applies. The importance here is timing. So you're also 21 times, you have a 21 times better chance of connecting with an applicant if you reach out to them within 5 minutes of them applying versus 60 minutes. So timing is also big. So if you can have an automated message that looks like it's coming directly from you, the recruiter, that can also really increase your chances for connecting with these applicants. And then from there, as they're responding, you can jump in, kind of take over that conversation, schedule an in-person interview or a phone screen from there. So again, that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the hybrid approach. You have some automation there to quickly connect with your candidates, and then you engage with them in a real conversation as they're responding to that. So that's some tips there of how you could implement this into your recruiting process. What we've seen as far as the results with people implementing this into their process is many organizations are doubling their connect rate with their applicants simply by including text messaging in their follow-up process to their candidates. So it's an extremely valuable tool, and you'll start seeing the results right away as you're implementing text messaging into your recruiting process. Thanks for joining me for this episode of Recruiter's Digest, and I'm excited to see you on the next one.